All right, in all intents and purposes, it says I'm streaming. Don't know if I am, couldn't tell you. So if anyone's out there, I think the last time it was actually streaming. So let me just check and see if I'm even on. I guess gotta do the old-fashioned way and see if it's working. All right, guess you can do all kinds of things here. All right. So, all right, it says I'm streaming, so I'm streaming. So, guess I'm just going to have to get started, get in there, and start doing it. All right, cool. All right, Ron, leave me a comment. Thank goodness, because there's nothing really that says, "Hey, you are going live." Going live. I've been having. All right. As you can tell, the backdrop's a little bit different. I'm actually in an office, or what I so call studio to piss off the wife. I call it a studio, and she loses her goddamn mind when I say that. But I'm here. I have been setting a few things up to make sure it's done right, sounds good, and just trying to see if if you guys can tell, because this is the main camera here. I got a few cameras going here. Is my other camera right over here, working just the same. So I got multiple cameras here, and I even got a camera here for a bottle that I will place right here that I'm going to be drinking. So you guys get all the views, and then the fourth camera is just a screenshot of what I am seeing. This is what I see when I'm talking to you guys. So if you see me put my head down, I'm looking in this mess. So I got a few bottles here, a few that I have been, meaning to get around to. Things came up. First things, I think the last live stream I had a great time, had a blast. And I think right after that, I had hip surgery, and I ended up getting a hip replacement. So I don't have a copy of that image. Oh no, I have a copy on my phone. Didn't upload it into the computer yet, but I can probably pull one up, show you what I got. Nice piece of hardware. Still recovering from that, still haven't got, not feeling like a champ, but feeling better. Glad I did it. It's better than what it was before, but let me see if I can show you this on the screen there. It might be too bright. I don't know. Can't even tell. Nah, can't tell. Can't even see. I don't know why it's not picking up. But that's my hip. That's what it looks like. Maybe because of the reflection. Let me see if I can get a different angle here. It's not focusing. Well, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's my hip. Next time I'll show you. I'll actually upload it into the computer so you can actually see it. So, and I don't think I can get the access to my photos. I can, but I don't want to make it a mess. It'll be terrible, and who knows. All right, so I'm going to play my intro. I got nobody in the chat, so it's just me. So I'm just going to talk as if I'm just doing a couple of reviews. Here's my intro. There you go. that is the intro. I'm ready to go. First things first, yeah, the last live view, I think that was it. I think, and then I had a couple of reviews after that. I think it was the holiday. Had a few things happen. You know, the holiday, I think, was the last couple reviews I did, and then I was kind of off the face of the earth for about 5 months. Now I'm back. Obviously, had the hip surgery, got to recover from that. Still trying to get 100%. Not there quite yet. Takes a little bit. The in that time, you know, end up going out to a Whiskey of the Worlds. I don't know if you guys can see this. Got me a glass. Sorry about that. Got me a glass. If you can see that glass, if it's good enough. It's not focusing right. That I can see. Whiskey of the Worlds. And it was fun. Had a good time. Chris, Jeff were with me. And okay. Ron, if you're curious, it's a gray sweatshirt. Don't know why the color would be green. It's gray. You know, maybe it's the lighting in the back, maybe whatever. So I'm just going to roll with this thing, see how it's going. And I don't know why the chat, I don't know if the only guy I'm talking to right now is Ron is out there. He says he can't get the chat up. I don't know why. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me just put a couple chats out there. All right, I put a little blurb out there. Connecting stream software to go live. Viewers will be able to find your stream and once go live. I don't know. I'm looking at the. I'm recording. I'm getting everything's working good. Everything's working on my side. I'm not dropping any frames. So I don't know. I'm going to drive myself nuts trying to figure this stuff out. But for some reason on YouTube itself, it's not doing it. So I'm just going to start drinking and go from there. So right now I just poured a Bardstown Bourbon Company Discovery number 11. I know they got the 12 out now, but I meant to do a review on this thing. I think I did the short. I didn't put it out yet, but I did do, I know I filmed the short. But I never put it on YouTube. But, all right. So he's got so there's the Bardstown Bourbon Company right here. From what I see, it's just not focusing in on it. It should be focusing in on it, but hopefully it's coming in clear. From what I see, it does not look clear, but, you know, my hand focusing. It doesn't look like my hand's focusing right. So this is why I went on this to go live to see if I can work some kinks out. But I'm going to talk, drink, and do this. So if I shut that off, probably it'll come back on and work right. I'm going to move right over here for a sec. See if it's actually focused in. Probably not. I'm going to work the kinks out while I'm doing the live stream. And this is very professional. All these to-dos. I'm breaking full-on protocol in that community by just getting up, moving, shutting something off, turning it back on. See, there we go. Now it's focused. I don't know why it felt like not focusing. It should be, but all right. So now I'm back, trying to see if I can get a little more volume out of this thing. Try this one more time. All right, I think I just peaked it pretty good, and we'll see how this goes. Maybe it's too loud. I don't know why it doesn't show on. It's just telling me connect streaming software to go live. Viewers will be able to find your stream setup. Paste I did. Well, it should say I'm going live, but it doesn't. But I'm going off of what Ron said. He sees me, and all right. Well, I don't know why I can't do anything in the chat, but the way I'm doing is going on my phone and seeing if it's actually working. Ask me what happened. All right, this stuff and what sucks about when doing this, it's been 5 months. They change how things kind of operate, and normal latency and enable DVR. No, 360 closed caption. I don't know. Unlist live replay once streamed ends. Yeah, I did everything, put everything up, see what my stream health is. There's no data. All right, analytical, nothing. So Ron's telling me it's up and running, but I am trying to get this stuff. Yeah, I'm on there. So this is what sucks is I'm missing out on the live chat, and I can't figure out why it's not doing it. Yeah, Ron, if you're out there, best thing you can do is just, go in the, you click on me, go down where it says welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. So if you can, just go down into the chat and type anything in. I don't know if you've been trying to do that or not. So, well, all right. So I'm trying to work bugs out, trying to get things working. Usually you get like a red light when you're streaming, but for some reason I'm on OBS. The way the system works is I got sound coming in through a Roadmaster. That sound through the mic goes into the Roadmaster. Roadmaster does its thing, sends it to my ATEM. All my cameras go in through my ATEM, so all the sound that I have and the images from the cameras are going into the ATEM, going into the computer through OBS into YouTube. I'm hoping this, the best part about this whole thing is reactions, participants, time lapse, moderation activity. No, don't want that. I want people to keep talking. Yeah, community. No, I don't need that stuff. So, all right, well, I'm typed in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start doing this stuff. And I'm basically going to talk, flap my gums. So went off, had a hip replacement, got a good 6-7 inch scar on my, I don't know, how did I get a thumbs up? Don't know why it's doing that either. Why I'm getting a thumbs up. Could be doing through my computer. I don't. Who knows? End up getting hip replacement. Sucked. I think the first week was just complete misery. It was terrible, terrible. And thank God, and after that, the swelling went down and it just started feeling better. It's all gradual. Everything's not moving fast. Everything's gradual. And like I said, parts down, Discovery 11. I know they got a 12 out there. Everyone says this thing is wild turkey that's inside there. But they're basing that off the mash bill. I don't know if anyone's actually come out and said it, but that's what they're saying. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, they're saying based on the mash bill, 73% is 13 years, 21% is 10 years, and 6% is 6 years. So it's kind of heavy. So it's 6, 10, and 13 years. So you got some older stuff in this thing. And based off the mash bill, they're saying that's wild turkey. 75, 13, 75 corn, 13 rye, and 12 Martin barley. Another one's 78 corn, 13 rye, and 9 Martin barley. And the last one is 66 corn, 20 wheat, 12 Martin barley. MSRP on this was $140. The 12 came out. I'm sure they're charging $140 for that. So you could probably, if you find these things out there, it's probably going to be a little bit less. So, yeah, it's Bardstown Bourbon Company. It's 118.1 proof. And I'm already sipping on this because I'm driving myself nuts with this setup here. So, with this, yeah, I get maple sugar on there. A little bit of cherry and some oak. All right, I'm going to go sipping on this thing. But I have been sipping. And I get vanilla, some cinnamon, maybe a little raisin. So it's good. And that was my first sip, actually, of the day. And it gets you gotta exercise the taste buds a little bit because they gotta get accustomed. I can feel that burn coming down. It feels good. So back to what I was saying with the hip, PT and all this stuff, and it's a slow process. They say 6 months roughly. You're feeling really good. You're not completely healed for another year. So it's going to take its time, and it's going to, I'm stretching, doing yoga, pushing it. They always say push it, but don't overdo it. You push it, you end up overdoing it sometimes. And it's frustrating. Sometimes, you take 2 steps forward and sometimes you take 2 steps back. But as long as you keep that forward progress going, if anyone out there that has issues, have surgeries or going to have surgeries, it's not as bad as just don't YouTube a hip replacement. You don't want to see that before. I did it, and I'm like, dude, I got to go through all that. So, and they're pretty accurate with it. They go basically on the butt cheek. That's how they get in there. Take out the whole top part, put a new one in, slam that thing through your femur into there. But, I woke up and I go, hey, what's this cut on my front side? There's like a couple, a week later, 2 weeks later after my follow-up, and they end up saying, what do you think it is? And I go, maybe you guys put a camera in there to make sure everything's all aligned, put in properly. What it is, it's a rod. They have to cut all the way down to your pelvic bone, and it's all based on lasers to make sure that everything's equally aligned and set properly. So, yeah, that's what they do, technology. So, got me a new hip. It's got to last me, my goal is to make it another 50 years. If I can make this baby last 50 years, got my money's worth. But from what the doctor says, this baby should go until I go. So, all right. I know, Ron, you're out there sending a thing. Don't know why. All right. I know it's recording. I know it's getting put out there. So I'm just talking. Screw it. If I have no chat, I have no chat. But that's the best part about the chat is, having you guys interact and, it's fun. It's a fun time. I don't know what I got to share. Let me see. Share live stream. It's saying I'm sharing. I don't know who I can share. But yeah, well, so far it's just me. I wish I can activate it. There's a thing where I can activate the chat and get the chat going. Let's see if I can. There's something streaming software. Choose a broadcast type for your stream. Well, trying to work through this thing. Sorry, guys. Audience. Oh, just to let you know, I have no paid promotions. I am the only one that supports this channel. Automatic chapter, features placed, allowed automatic places, allow stupid language. Stream language. I got to select a stream language. So I could be caption, title and description layout. All right, I guess I need to fill up the boxes a little more better. Recording data and location. No, I'm not going to put that in. License, standard YouTube licensing, allow embedding, comments and ratings. It's on. Comment moderation, none, strict, hold all. No, I don't want to hold all. Don't hold any comments. I'm not holding any comments, guys, so you can say what you want. Sort by top. Show how many viewers like the screen. Okay. All right. I'm trying to change save. All right. Well, I'm trying to do this thing. I know it's going out there. I just want to get the chat involved. So, all right. I don't know what I've done wrong, but, we'll see. We'll see. Still no chat. Damn Obama phone. Well, that's what you get. That's what you get with your cheap phone there, Ron. Obama phone. Good Lord. Yeah, it's not even allowing me. I don't know. I don't know why it's not allowing the chat. Live chat. Top message. 4. Well, I got too many. Too many. Duplicate. Error. No, I don't need that. I don't even have my analytical, my strength, no data. This is not, usually when it used to be, you'd go, I know I'm on, I know I'm working, I know things are going. Usually I get a red light that says on YouTube, it's up and running. Cool. I'm game. I'm game. And for some reason, it's just not letting the chat work. And it kind of bums me out. Gauge. No, I don't need a poll and I don't need question and answers. Start questioning and answering. Say something. Anybody out there? Yeah. Question list. No. See, that's bullshit. I don't need that. I'm just going to go to the live chat. In the Q&A. Q&A, this will remove all questions. Yeah, confirm. All right. So obviously, anytime you get like updates or anything like that, it's constantly changing. They're trying to make themselves relevant. Just like I went down and who changed their format? I think that Netflix changed their format, and it fucking pissed me off because normally you can scroll through, on continue watching or new or just released. They're smaller. Now they made them big, so now you have to look at every single, possible movie that you want to see. It just drives me up the wall. I want to skim through, and if I see something, I'll go back, get it, look at it, and then if I want to watch it, I'll turn it on or turn it off. So I don't know. I'm going to turn the closed captioning on. Connect streaming software to go live. Well, I have. Enabled closed captioning English. All right, closed captioning. I turned it off. All right, I'm just kind of thumb through this stuff while I'm trying to do all this crap. All right, so Bardstown Bourbon Company, Discovery 11. If you can get it, it's good. $140. I guarantee you can get it for less because right now the 12 is out. I don't have it. Don't plan on getting it for a while, but it's out. Supposed to be good. But like I said, this is probably go on sale. If you get it for $120, it's cool. If you get it below that, you win. It's a score. It's kind of like a more flowery, is that such thing? Wild turkey, because for some reason, perfumey type thing almost, but it's the Bardstown kind of flavor. That's what I get when I drink Bardstown. So the that's what I get with Bardstown. So if it's wild turkey, booze in there, then it will be a little bit more flowery, but it's good. It's worth it. It's old 6, 10, and 13-year-old that's in here. I think it's worth it if you can get it. So why do I want to learn more? I'm going to actually live streaming YouTube. Get started with live streaming. Create a live stream via webcam. Create the stream. Promote streaming. Moderate live chat. Create YouTube live stream with a encoder. All right. It's not helping. So I don't know why I got a live stream. So I'm just going to flap my gums as much as I can. So the best part about this whole thing is the chat. Why do I not have a chat? The chat is killing me. And it just pisses me off. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking on my phone. It's up and running, but the live chat is not working. And this is the bullshit that I went through with all this stuff. I for some reason I had issues. So get Bardstown 11 if you can find it. So I'm going to put that back, put that away. And a lot of these bottles, I think, because Ron stopped by, have had a taste of these things. He had them, so he liked them. But to go along with that, I'm not an IT guy whatsoever. I spent 2 days figuring out why because I got a a audio meter on my Rodecaster where all the sound goes into, but then when it goes over to my ATEM, that goes into the computer that goes out towards you, towards everybody. I wasn't getting a meter on that, and I spent 2 days Googling. I almost called Rodecaster. Go, hey, dude, thank God I just started going through some of the settings. I had a thing muted on the Rodecaster. I hit that button, everything started flowing. So the audio level on was working on the Rodecaster, audio level on the ATEM was working. But then I got a echo that almost drove me fucking nuts. And it was brutal because it almost broke me. And yeah, so the chat's down. I'm telling you right now, whatever reason, I don't know why the chat's down, and it's really irritating the crap out of me. But you know, it says it's on, but it's not. Don't know why. So you're just going to hear me flap my gums and go from there, because a buddy, Mike, he hit me up. He goes, hey, I can't get on the chat. And yeah, me either. I can't even get on there either. So it's just torture. So where was I? Oh, so I spent 2 days figuring out that a mute button, caused all this headache. And now I have an echo. Here goes another 2 days. All right, I'm going to open up another bottle. This one here, I know it's out there. I know that it's somewhat available. And if you guys can see it, if you see it, get it. It's worth it 100%. It's the Maker's Mark Cast Strength. Maker's Mark 46 French Oak Cast Strength. And with that, it is well worth it. It is, yeah, okay. I'm a little biased. I think Maker's is fucking great. I got a chance to visit that distillery, and it's probably one of the most beautiful campuses that they have out there. All right, let's see if this thing will focus in. There we go. That focused in good. Yeah, it's a cast strength. It is... each one's going to be a little bit different, but this one, it has such different flavors and flavor notes that I actually went back and I got another one. I got a second one. Just because the flavor notes just kind of stood out way different than anything else, even different than, the Maker's Mark, typical creamy vanilla type. I want to see brown sugar type, wheat berry flavor. It's hard to describe, but it's got a distinct flavor. This thing even steps outside of that. So with this, it's a Maker's. I'm going to read down the lineup here. Get the lineup right here. Maker's 46 cast strength. Beam Saturi is the company. Distilleries Maker's Mark. Proof it is 110.6. So it's got a little heat to it. Let me see if I can get that a little closer. 110. And it released 2024, so this year, so it's out there. I know, I guarantee you go to the big, stores, Total Wine, what have you, I guarantee they probably have them. Aged at least 4 years, they don't really tell you. So the mash bill is 70 corn, 16 wheat, and 14 malt and barley. And the MSRP is 65, and that's what I paid for it. I paid $65 for it. So on the nose, you get the caramel and leather on there, but it's a faint leather. It's not like a deep oiled down baseball glove leather. It's a very faint leather and a little bit of oak on there. So to the palate here. So with that, yeah, you get the caramel and the brown sugar right off the front of the palate. Then you get then it kind of rolls into like a coffee and a like an espresso bean type flavor with some chocolate in there and some honey. And I'm like, dude, this thing's great. I went back to the store and I go, dude, I told the lady there, I go, I got to buy another one because it's so different. And I explained it to her and she goes, oh, I might want to try it. I don't think she drinks. I don't think she drinks bourbon whiskeys. I don't know. I never asked her, but sweet lady, yeah. But it's just one of those things. You know, I just wanted to get a bottle and be done with it. So I got two. I got one. This one, obviously, I like it so much because it's, almost empty. Look at that. Almost empty. But it's doing its job. It tastes great. Good to mix stuff up because when I drink, I just don't pour one big giant glass of one thing. I kind of put small little sips on a bunch of different, bottles. Get different flavors, mixing it up a little bit. And I'm going to do that again. I'm going to see if I can get something else out of there. Yeah, the thing that really stands out is the brown sugar, the coffee, but it's like a split between an espresso and a coffee bean. And you get some honey that kind of coats it. Yeah, a little bit of oak on there, but yeah, that thing is great. I would highly recommend getting that thing for the price, $65. It's got range, it's got some flavor, and I'm sure it's going to vary. So if I tell you this, that it tastes like, a little coffee espresso and some chocolate and some honey, it might be a little bit different because it might come from a different barrel. You never know. You got many variables when it comes to different barrels and, batches and things like that. So it's great. So back to what I was talking about, I end up fixing the mute problem. Now I got an echo problem. So I'm adjusting the mic to get it in the sweet spot. Now I'm just in the Rodecaster, which, does all its thing. Got it in the sweet spot. And what was happening is the input from the Rode was too high going into the ATEM, which caused an echo to occur. And I had to mute one of the little graph meters on the OBS, and that stopped the echo. So I don't know if I got an echo still going on. I've done a couple tests. Seems like it's working okay. So that's my, so basically 4 or 5 days of just troubleshooting. What a pain in the ass. But I think everything's up running good. I think everything's operating properly. The cameras are looking pretty good. Each view that I'm getting here, looking great. I think, visually, and there could be a few tweaks. And if you notice in the back, I only got a few, right over here. These are some pictures that my buddy Jeff took. These things over here, I bought, and the open spot there, I got a couple pictures I ordered. I think a couple that I actually took are going to go back up in there, and eventually this place will be a little more full. And I think I got a couple more lights that are coming to give a little bit different ambiance because, I guess the people that do lighting and videos, if you watch movies, you're going to have blue and you're going to have orange, and they kind of contrast them, not bright, just enough to throw the color stuff off for these cameras to pick up. It'll make it look a little bit better, so it doesn't look like I'm just sweating, because I got a front light here, I got a light over here, a couple backlights over here. You want to keep a balance. So, all right. So it's November 4th. Hopefully everyone out there end up voting, or they're, if it's a tradition, vote on election day. Everyone get out and vote. And I think, me personally, I think it's an easy uh, choice based on you guys know who I'm going to vote for. I've already said I'm going to vote for Trump. I think I've said that a while back. I've had, let's go Brandon shirts on. This you had 4 years of everyone benefiting from top to bottom, rich to poor. Everyone was benefiting from lower gas prices. You get more with your money. The security at the wall. You were getting all of that under Trump. And yeah, there's always going to be corruption up in Washington, D.C. It's dirty. Everyone up, I believe everybody up there is out for themselves. They don't care about anybody else. And they're trying to tap into the biggest piggy bank that the country has. And that's your tax money. Then you had the Biden Harris. You had 4 years of them, almost 4 years of them. And everything has gone bad, illegal immigration. You got all kinds of, how many, 10, 20 million illegals that came through, mostly military age people. And they want the problems here. They want those people. And the only reason why they're letting them in is so they can get votes. All right, that's it. I said it. I'm sure YouTube's going to try and cancel me because I said that. It's all for votes. And they've already had incidents where, they found, someone dropping off 30, I don't know if it's ballots or registration things, 30,000. And in Pennsylvania, I want to say Pennsylvania or Wisconsin. And the people like, no, we didn't. They contacted them and they said 60% of them were fraudulent. So they're, they're going to cheat. And seeing that, over the past 3+ years of just a disaster and, money's tight for everybody because, the way the economy was set up by this administration. And for the useful idiots out there, it's, all right, good job. Ron just texted me. He's having his Makers 46 because he ended up buying one. I told him, dude, you got to buy this. It's great. So I wish the chat was going. This thing would be rocking. Yeah, Ron, it's not your Obama phone. It's YouTube, and it's probably a setting that I'd probably have to click, and I have no clue on how to do it, how to fix it. No clue. So that's going to take me another 3 days. So with the, so I think it's an easy choice because I want everybody to, prosper. I don't want everybody except for the rich to, struggle. So that's what this administration did. So it's pretty easy. But, I think the biggest culprit is the news media. Because, they sway stuff. They lie. That's why a lot of these news, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, they're cutting their budget because they can't afford it. People are not watching them anymore. They're watching social media. They're watching, live chats. They're watching, these things that are going on that, do a little more in depth instead of what a few people up above want you to hear. And, all these liberal like CNN, MSNBC, all these liberal left-wing radical type propaganda machines, they all say the same thing. Even Fox News. I can't exclude Fox News. Fox News does some stuff too, but then sometimes they come back and do some good things too. But if you have to pick, you pick the lesser of the two evils. Yeah, they're all evil, but you pick the lesser of the two evils or the 3, 4, 5 evils to get your source. And if you need to do some research, hell, Google, you just punch in stuff or Bing or whatever search engine you got, you put in there and you can get the information. They say crime wasn't down. Well, crime was down, but they weren't reporting like Los Angeles, all the big places have had issues because they weren't reporting it. Now all of a sudden they do. it's. I want Trump to win. If he wins, I hope he cleans house. He has to make people makes some people examples, like Fauci, all the people that done the United States wrong, hold them accountable for what they've done. Because right now, the Dems are in charge. People think, oh yeah, that it used to be the old, free liberal, live free, don't let government get a hold of you, no, corporate, but it is swapped. And even the Republicans are just as bad. So I'm not just saying just Democrat, they're both bad. And what makes them bad is the corruption. So it's frustrating for me. It's frustrating for a lot of people because this world can be a powerhouse, but if for some reason they don't. Dems want war. Dems want clashes, left and right. They love it. That whole cancel culture thing that no one gives a shit anymore. You call me a racist, really? I don't give a shit. You call me a racist just because. So I don't care. And I've even had people send me, based because I had a Let's Go Brandon shirt on. I had someone lose his goddamn mind on me on a chat. And I'm like, and it was just right after my hip surgery. I wasn't really too happy. And I'm like, do I respond and pick a fight? Or is this YouTube trying to pick a fight and see what I do? Because YouTube's not your friend. They censor a lot of people and it's wrong. And why do you think Zuckerberg, admitted all the bullshit that he did, the last election? Because he knows that if Trump gets in and he knows that, the percentages of him winning are higher than, 50%. He doesn't want Trump coming after him and shut him down, and free speech is free speech. But if you deliberately election interfere, and it's multiple ways, it's not like cheating, throwing a couple ballots in or have those machines, you click on Trump and it goes to Kamala. It's more than that, because people listen, people are watching, there's a lot of people out there that can't think for themselves, and they'll believe anything, and you have to kind of sift through all the dirt to see what you're looking at, and a lot of times the truth is down there, but they kind of throw the mud in there to obscure your vision, and people believe whatever they tell. It's not the Democrat Party of the unions. They what do they say? Democrats got your 5-day work week or your 40-hour week, your benefits and stuff like that. I'm sure everyone's helped and done that, but that's been a while since the Industrial Revolution, where they were working 7 days a week. Yeah, they got, a lot of that. They're not like that anymore. And that stuff's set in stone. It's always going to be like that. So, they really don't care. And it really disappoints me that a lot of these Democrats, cater to the minority population, saying, hey, we'll do this for you. We'll give you this. And thanks for your vote. See you later. Go fuck off. And it's dirty. So I think voting Democrat is not for me. But if on the same side, you got another side, you got to pick one or the other, and to even get a chance at winning and make some rules. And right now it's the conservative Republican side. And like I said, even the Republicans, there's a lot of dirty folks out there. They do the same thing. It's like that whole investment thing where they're on these committees. I think it's insider trading. These guys are making 200% profit off their investments. Really, they're on these boards or these committees, and they see what's going on. They invest for pennies on the dollar, and then now this stock is worth $200, $300, $400, $500. That's wrong. So I think they should be put in jail for that. That's insider trading. So all right, I've gone down that rabbit hole, but the it's an easy election. It's an election that you had 4 years of one administration and 4 years of another administration. You pick. That's yours. You pick. So I'm about ready to wrap up this. Makers 46. I think I got one more sip in here, and then I'm going to move on to the next one, which I was pretty excited about getting it. Pretty excited about getting it. Oh, and one last thing about that. I kind of went down that political rant. I think voting should be done on a piece of paper. No computers, no, the Dominion, whatever it is, none of that, because it's not hard to, these programs to fail, or these people that program it could do, nefarious things. Did I say nefarious? Can you believe I know that word, nefarious? They, if you just do it on paper and have someone count it, and it's like Arizona, they got 7 million people that live in that state. And they even said, yeah, it's going to take at least 14 days for us to know what the results are. You're like, really? You got states with 50 million people, but they're done in the evening of the election night, but you can't. And that just leads you to believe that, there's just dirty stuff going on there. So, all right. Enough on that bullshit. This one here, I found it, tasted it, went back and got another one. It's not the $200 bottle. It's the typical $100 or $99 or $79 if you can get a good deal on it. It's the I don't know if I want to surprise you. I really do. It is going to be. It is a Booker's. It's so tall. The 2024 03. Let me see. I think it's 03-03. I think I did the makers -03. So I love Booker's. Best thing about Booker's is it always comes in a box. And they have a little story with it, which is cool. I'm not going to read it to you, but if you can, get this thing. It's worth it. I've heard, mixed reviews about this. Some people, anything Booker's is going to be good. Anything Baker's is going to be good. Anything now Creek or Jim Beam's going to be good. But it's, you pay more money for that flavor to really pop out on you. And I've always liked them. I know I got a bunch of other ones. They're somewhere. I got them in a bin somewhere. This is the, I can't even read it. All right. It's the Booker. It's the Master Distiller's Batch. Good little story that comes with it. Let me put that up. Why is my... Hang on. I don't know why I lost my video, but I lost it. I don't know why it stopped. Got everything plugged in. Got everything. All right, I don't know why it stopped, but that is the bottle right there. Right there. That is the bottle. Let me just move a little closer, see if you guys can see it. It's kind of like a purple label on there. It's just an old style bottle that looks like the old whiskey bottles. And I think that's the look they were going for. It's going to be warm. This baby is warm. So this is the Booker's 2024-3, and it's the Master Distiller's Batch. It's from Jim Beam, aged 7 years, 8 months, 7 days. 7 days. Don't know why they need that, but they need it. It's in there. Proof 130.3. So I'll be drinking this thing and I'm going to be getting cooked pretty soon. So then I'll start having to wrap up this live stream. But 10% is off the 6th floor, warehouse 2. This is what they say. 11%, 6th floor, warehouse I or 1. Couldn't tell. 42% off 6th floor, warehouse 3. 37% off the 3rd floor, warehouse J. That's where they did their blend, put it out. Good. So it's gonna. I got vanilla and cinnamon on there, and it's actually. Some people, either I guess they've had a. And, my buddy Mike, being a little smart ass, goes, "Hey, do you prefer Coke or Pepsi with my whiskey?" I don't think I've ever had that. Maybe with a Jack and Coke when I was 17. But it's... Well, yeah. And then I got Ron's brother, Paul. He goes, "I'm watching live. How do I talk shit?" I do it with you talk shit through the chat, but I can't get the chat up working. I don't know if I have to do something later on, set something up. Like I said, I'm working things out. They constantly update, the program and, YouTube and this and that, where if, before the update, it would end up being everything's working fine. After the update, they probably mute the chat where you have to go find out where you can get into the chat and activate it. And so I'm doing a live chat right now. I'm doing a live stream and I have no clue how to do that. So I'm going to do some research. So my job is not done behind this desk. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go look in there and see if I can get somehow the chat working. So it's going to be tests going on. And it, I'm sure hopefully someone YouTube that and, put it out there, went through the same bullshit. So why is that thing shutting off? Is it heating up? It might be heating up. That's why. Hang on. I don't know why it's heating up. My battery's low. Something's going on. Something's not working here. Hang on. All right, I'm having a tough time here. I don't know why it is not charging. Let's see if I can charge it this way. Power's shutting off. I bet you I unplugged that somewhere. So I bet you somewhere something got unplugged and the cord is just not working. So you guys may, it's up and running. The battery's dying. I don't know why it's not plugged. It's not charging. So guys, I'm troubleshooting all this stuff and trying to see if I can get things working right. And it's just not working right. Because it should be well charged and working. And it's not. And it might be a broken, maybe a broken cable. So, all right, I'm back. That thing's going to die on yes, so I'm going to give you one last look on there. Here it is. And I'm going to try another cable. But even then, I don't think it's even working. Oh yeah, no, that's working. So let me see if it's this cable that just took a crap. Battery exhausted. Oh, okay. Guess that's what they call it. So note to self. So it's called battery being exhausted. And all right, try this one more time. All right, well, I'm not going to be able to show you guys the bottle because for some reason I guess I had a bad cable. Something went bad, and it's just not charging properly. So I had to throw a backup cable in there. And this is the best part about doing these things. I got a cool drawer here where I can stuff all my shit. All right, back on the Bookers. With this, getting like vanilla and a root beer, and just a mere fact that I can get root beer on there, and it kind of leads into like a chocolate and some oak. So if you can find this bottle, I what was weird is I kind of go on YouTube to see about what these guys are looking at and what they're doing, and no one did this, and for some reason I end up finding it. So I end up going back, bought a second one because it was that good. And the Mash and Drum, I don't know if you guys watch him, anyone out there that watches him, and he ends up doing a review. He liked it, but he was a little more critical on it. I just haven't had his, like I said, I've got Bookers that I have not, I haven't even opened yet. So, and they've been in like 2022s, 2021, maybe a 2021, but just like with anything, things kind of come up and down, make good stuff, make bad stuff. It's just how it works sometimes. So yeah, just the mere fact that I get root beer and chocolate on this thing, I'd say it's a great bottle to have. So, all right. So that's it for pretty much. And then it just kind of rests in there like with a little caramel. And you get that Jim Beam. I want to say, everyone says Jim Beam has like a peanut taste. I don't think it's like a slight peanut taste, but it's more of like a root beer type oak finish with a little bit of caramel and vanilla in there. So it's well worth it. So I think it's a definite buy. If you see it, it's the 2024 dash. It's a 2024-3. So it's great. It's that good. And I apologize about the technical difficulties because, like I said, I want to do this. You got to run some tests. You got to run some practice runs, and I'm finding out that there's some, believe it or not, some wires go bad, and it's frustrating that bullshit like that happens. But that's how you make things. You want to be consistent. You want to be, present something to the people out there. Don't want to look and sound like a complete idiot. I do sound like a complete idiot, but it's more of, presenting you guys a good piece of entertainment / information. Oh yeah, since I've been gone, a lot has actually happened. I think Trump's been shot once, and he's had a few attempts. One in Florida, someone else. These people hate him. And the reason why they hate him is because these left-wing people have put it in people's minds that he's Hitler. And it's wrong. You know, he's not Hitler. He's not. That's it. He's not Hitler. So it's frustrating how these people treat him. But, you know, the reason why they treat him like that is they've been living high on a hog. And all those people up there, I guarantee you audit how much money they have or hidden or offshore accounts. It's astronomical. And they're stealing from the people, us. So another way to make you think about voting. So get out and vote. Yeah, that's it. Fuck it. I'm leaving. I know. I'm going to go check if my camera's working right. Hang on. See, that's not fucking charging. All right. Well, might be an issue with the camera. Yeah, it's for some reason, you know, it's just not working right. Don't know why. It's not the cable. But what I can do is I can swap out batteries. So in the meantime, I'm going to talk, fix this thing, chat with you guys, and I wish the chat would be working, but it's actually not. And I'll have to deal with that at a later time. But what I can do is do the old school way of just showing you on the screen what I got. The next one is going to be a Lost Lantern. I'm actually throwing this notepad away, and I'm just going to start yapping my gums. Because yeah, I don't know who said that last. Yeah, Ron, I can't say the last thing just for a little bit. We were in Kentucky, me, Ron, Paul, and Jeff went to Kentucky, had a great time. I think I mentioned that the last go around. We actually went to a bar. Not a bar. It wasn't a bar. We were walking around, went to a bunch of distilleries on Whiskey Row, had a great time. We actually went to a liquor store because someone mentioned, hey, you got to go to, I'm not even going to pull it up and look. Some liquor store. He had a bar in there. This is in Kentucky. Had a bar, pouring drinks. We had the best time in there. And we ended up walking out with all kinds of bottles. This guy was had a wealth of knowledge of what he knew about this stuff. And this was probably, I'm sure Ron will agree. Ron, Jeff, and Paul are going to agree that we end up getting this bottle. It is a James E. Pepper, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. They call it the Decanter series. Is a barrel proof 54.3 ABV, so that's 108.6. Cool bottle, cool looking bottle, and if I had a chance to throw in a battery into my camera, because for some reason it's not charging. I don't know why it's not charging, but it's not charging. This thing is cool. This is a great tasting bottle, and we all loved it. Loved it. And I still love it. I'm still saving it. If anyone out there can find it, I have no idea what the price is. I'm guessing the price was like $60, $70. I don't know if Ron or any of those guys can tell me what the price is. Evergreen liquor store in Kentucky. Best thing in the world. Yeah. No. So, Yeah, I know, Ron. Dan Bongino doesn't have these tech stuff because they have people doing it. So it's all on me. It's all on me when these tech issues occur. But that's why I'm doing this, so I can iron out the problems so you can have a flawless live stream. So it's so good. You get the caramel, you get the brown sugars in there. Light oak is kind of floral to me. So here's a sip. And this is going to be my last drink of the day because I've been going on this thing for at least an hour. I got to build up, and drinking takes its toll. With camera difficulties, I'm going to actually walk away, get into a case, get a battery, and put it in there and see what the hell's going on with this thing, because this is bullshit that this thing's gone bad. So I'm just going to keep talking. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. It's going to be quick. Look like an idiot. Hey, Matt, do you know how to operate your camera system? No. But in the meantime, I am going to change out the batteries just so I can show you what's going on this. All right, I got it up and running. All right, that was quick. That was like super quick. Yeah, with the whole thing, this is not a Dan Bongino show. I don't have unlimited resources. I didn't take over a radio show from Rush Limbaugh, and I don't have any assistants. I am the assistant. If the only assistant that I could have would be my wife, and she motherfucks me the whole way. Okay, yeah, 69. What did I say? I guessed about 55, 65 bucks. Ron says it was $69.99. So $70 for this decanter bottle. Boom, look at that. I got the, if I can get this thing to focus now. There we go. I think that's focused. No, it's still blurry. It's not working right. So I am switching out. It just never ends in my life. It's like I'm running uphill, trying to get things working. Yeah, for some reason, it's just not charging. I don't know why it's not charging, but it's not charging. That's why I'm having a difficult time with this thing. Let me zoom in. Maybe that might work. How's that? Is that a little better? Yep, that's focused in. $70. This bottle here that you guys are looking at right now, I've got to say, is probably one of the best bottles we got out of the whole trip. We got a lot of great bottles, a lot of bottles we haven't opened up yet. This thing here, if you see it, $70, worth it. I'll even pay $80 for it. That's how good it is. So it's probably one of the tastiest bottles out there. And James E. Pepper's been around for a little bit. I don't know. Let me see if I can read the back side of this thing. Nope, can't read it. It has a distinct blend of unique bourbon whiskeys in honor of the distinguished Colonel James E. Pepper, forefather and innovator of the modern bourbon industry. All right. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know where it comes from. Bottled by James E. Pepper. Bottling Company, Lexington, Kentucky. So it's their own stuff. It's their... I don't know why it just does not want to focus in there. Let me see if I can get this thing to there. All right, I did a manual focus. But it's on autofocus, but I had a manual focus. Yeah, that baby right there, well worth $70. And I think it's a top. If you see it, get it. All right, I made it simple for you. Don't hesitate. $70. I'd even pay $80. It's worth it. It's that good. So basically, with this whole thing here, I think I've covered everything that I wrote on this thing. I got talked into by the person at the liquor store. Caribou Single Barrel. It's owned by Sazerac, which owns Buffalo Trace. It is a what's that? Something Hill, Farm Hill and Hills. Fuck. Oh, it's got a really cool topper. You know, like the Buffalo Trace has the horse up there. It's cool. It destroys Buffalo Trace bottle top. I actually saved it. It's a Rock Hill Farm bottle. So that's when you sit there and go, okay, Sazerac used the Rock Hill Farm bottle, got the idea of the Blanton's bottle top, but it's a Canadian whiskey, a single barrel. I got talked into getting it. It was $50. It was so bland. It was 80 proof. It was just bland. I was very disappointed. So if you want that, if you like the bottle or you like the top, get it, $50. If you want some interesting, intricate, great flavor notes of whiskey that's inside it, don't waste your time. So I just want to get that out there. So Caribou, single barrel, it basically sucks, but it's got a cool bottle top and a Rock Hill Farms bottle top. Rock Hill's bottle, yeah, who cares? But you know, when you go buy a bottle, you get the bottle so you can get good tasting whiskey in it. And if you're going to spend any money, that's what you want to do. That is the James E. Pepper. Well worth it. Get it. $70. Best thing in the world. So I wish I had a chat. I'd be yapping away, talking with you guys, but the chat's not working. And I think it's just YouTube trying to sabotage me and screw me over and make my life miserable. But there's a good chance to test things out, get things working, drink some whiskey. This is my therapy. You know, the old lady didn't want to hear what I have to say. So it's more of me just talking to you guys, but I wish someone would talk back, but I can't because the chat doesn't work. Gonna go insane. It's fucking torture. It's a fucking rough. It's rough go because it's one hurdle after the other. I'm not an IT guy. I work for a living. I don't know this stuff. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. Computers didn't really come around till the late 80s, 90s. And I'm just figuring out as I go, and it is torture. So I'm going to start a channel to try and go through all this bullshit that people really don't cover, because, you know, you go through 5 or 6 different episodes of people putting things out, you know, you search whatever, and they don't tell you a fucking thing of the problem that you have. So you know, but at the same time, a lot of people are just, you know, saying fuck you to YouTube because they're just, you know, they're not paying them. You know, they're cutting back their wages. Thank God I don't have to worry about, you know, the wages of a company like that. Now, I really wish the chat, that's what I was really looking forward to, is the chat. I was really hoping the chat would be up and running, and that could be on my side. That could be me, operator error. I'll take full blame. 100% I'll take responsibility. But if I find out that it's a little button that I need to switch or change or say yes or no on YouTube, I'll be fucking pissed that, you know, they didn't put that announcement out. It's just in their little descriptors going, hey, if you have a problem with this, this is what you try and do, you know, because we just changed everything, because that's what they do. These companies, they change things to make themselves relevant, but to make the people that are working the system with them have headaches. But for the average viewer, you know, it's fucked up, because the average viewer, or the people that are on this live, that would be on this live chat, aren't on the live chat, because I can't get this fucking this bullshit up and working. So, all right, the wheels are coming off. I'm gonna have to stop this chat or this live stream, because the chat ain't working. I'm gonna have to stop this live stream. And hey, if you guys are out there, I left for 5 months ish, personal things, and give me 6 months and I will tell you the whole truth. I've only given you part of the truth. I'll give you the whole truth. I will tell you everything about me. Give me 6 months. I'll do that for you. But in the meantime, I'll put some videos out. I will do some more live streams, and hopefully I can get this goddamn live chat fucking working. Be patient, but hopefully the video quality is good. Hopefully the audio quality is good. I got an issue with a battery thing over there. I don't know what it is, but it's, you know, you can see James E. Pepper. It's working good now. Camera took a shit. So, hey, I'm Matt. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend. Get your buddies to subscribe. If they're sensitive and kind of weak, have them subscribe anyways, because I'm sure the normal chat will just destroy them. But if you think it's going to cause problems, don't invite them. Just, you know, tell them I'm not for you. Not everybody's for everybody. So I'd like to keep the peace and harmony. But if they have a tough time being criticized, then I really don't want them in here, because I want you guys to have fun, screw with each other, and just be normal people. All right. So I'm Matt. I will talk to you later. I will start filming some more. I'm back, and hopefully I can make it better. Hopefully it looks better. Hopefully it sounds better. And I'm back. All right. Love all you. Talk to you later.